All right, everyone, welcome to Rhythm and Roads Las Vegas. I'm Joshua Jacob. On today's show, we have a very special guest, drummer Bill Holmes. He's the one that performs all the songs at her shows and also on the music as well on the recordings. So I'm a drummer as well, and for those that didn't know, so it's a pleasure to talk with another drummer. But
Yeah, man.
this is Ashley Felton's drummer. So welcome,
Yeah.
Bill, to
Thank you,
Rhythm
Josh.
and Roads. Yeah,
Yeah, I
man.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm very humbled that you even asked me to come here, man. I'm really excited to.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, that's the thing is we all have a story, and I know for you as a drummer, you have your own story. So, especially playing with Ashley Felton for a while and just being in the studio with her, going on roads, to different tours or different shows, I mean, it's definitely a journey itself, just that. But yeah, I mean, let's start with the beginning of just what started your journey as a drummer to get into drumming.
Oh man. Well, without being too long-winded, I think basically I started, just a young kid, excited about. I kind of grew up in a low-income family, so for me, music was an escape as a young person.
Mhm.
So I grew up in the MTV era, of course, so I was influenced heavily by the videos, and we didn't have YouTube and all that stuff back when I was younger. So it was really a fun time to kind of learn how to do something just watching videos and being excited about it. And, of course, seeing all the rock stars getting all the girls as a young man. And wow, they can actually do that for a job. And so I kind of started from there, the illusion of it all. But really, it really helped me to escape kind of the stuff that I was going through as a young person, and gave me an avenue, instead of getting into trouble, which I could have easily done. It was something that really motivated me. I'd sit in front of my mirrors with like two snorkels and just play
Really?
drums in the mirror, yeah, and mimic what I was seeing. I had no money for drum sets or anything, but sixth grade, I got in a concert band, just kind of went from there. Some teachers influenced me. Got into high school, went into drum corps,
Oh, wow.
got
Okay.
to march drum corps, and just really excelled there because I had some good teachers there, that really taught me, and they were obviously older, and so it just influenced me a lot. Um, and was ahead of my time, because I had started so young that I was, I think by the time I was in eighth grade, I had finally gotten a drum set, and was just playing in my garage. And then there was times in and out of my life where I couldn't play, it wasn't practical to do so. And so it was an interesting time. And I finally, by the time I got into about my junior year in high school, I was already the drum captain of the drum corps. And
Oh, dude.
um, we were doing great. We were winning competitions, and and it was just everything. I put everything into it, probably even more so than school itself. I was so much more interested in that my school was just probably fair to middling at this point. And I graduated high school, and immediately went into the circuit. I mean, I literally didn't really have college on my mind. I didn't have the family background to kind of put me there. So I went and just hit the streets. And so I was playing like the Whiskey and the Roxy and stuff and all that when
Dang, dude, that's
totally
cool.
underage. I was like maybe like 19, 18, 19 years old. And I was
Oh, wow.
sitting out in the parking lot of the Whiskey, and come in, play the show, and then go right back out. Can't stay in. And but it was really fun. It gave me a lot of experience. I think even back then we were one of the first. I was in a band called Her Own Hands, and we were like an original, alternative kind of Depeche Mode meets Nine Inch Nails
Oh,
kind
that's
of stuff.
cool.
Yeah, it was really kind of
Yeah.
industrial, cool stuff. And we were one of the first bands. I got to say, this is probably late '90s. We brought charter buses to on like a Wednesday night to the Whiskey.
Oh,
My
wow.
guitar player at the time had actually the idea of flyering our work and getting people. We put a keg in the back, and everybody could drive in the bus and not have to worry about drinking and driving. And it was the best idea because a bus would pull up on a Wednesday night at the Whiskey and just a bunch of people pouring out. and
Wow.
and so, at that time, I was, I had the mindset of, well, I want to be music. I want to do this for my life.
Yeah.
And, but then life happens, right? Then I had children. I got married, and I kind of dedicated my life being a father for a while, but
Well, okay.
never. but never stopped playing. I always played. I was always in different bands. I was in a band called Neverluke for a while. That was and also an alternative rock band, kind of like a Dave Matthews.
Oh,
Uh,
that's cool.
yeah, we did some good stuff. And then when I took that break, raised my daughters, pretty much took about like an 8, 9 year break, got everything where I needed to be, and and then I started getting in. I kind of got back into it with the Latin reggae scene, believe it or not. Um, I really wanted to do something different than just rock and roll, and
Okay.
and so I got into the reggae scene and played that for a couple of years. Guys like Johnny Love and bands like Inhale. I was in a lot of those groups. So we did. Um, I did that for a while. Did an album with Johnny Love called Mi Mexicana. It's a really good album. Had some joy there, and then I took a little bit about a 2 year break. Not sure if I was still wanting to do it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to the point where I was tired. I had played
Mhm.
so much and been doing it, and I just got kind of burned out of um, kind of playing and just not things not going the way I wanted them to go. But I again never stopped playing.
Yeah, you never
I
stop.
kept that. Yeah, I kept that always. It's in me. It's like who I am. It's a part of what I am. It's. I don't do it for that anymore. Like when I started, I was doing it for fame and girls and all that. Now I'm doing it because it's actually me. It's
It's
who
who
I
you are.
and
Yeah.
I want to inspire others with it. So what really happened was, and it's kind of a sad story turning into a happy story, was I was in the Route 91 festival.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
so me and my wife and my daughter, who was only 10 years old at the time, were there. And luckily I had bought in the VIP seats because we were actually covered by the tri-top that was over the top of us. And unfortunately, he was shooting over the top of us. And um, that night changed my life, obviously. Very, very difficult night.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely not a group I wanted to be a part of, but now I am a part of it. And after that, went to some therapy, got into some, just started thinking, what can I do, to kind of give back now,
Hmm.
instead of just getting back into music, instead of just being all kind of burned out about it, it kind of reignited me and gave me that fire to kind of get back into it again.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I'm a spiritual guy, so I do a
Yeah.
lot of praying and
That's good.
yeah, God put me in the spot, and I just now I'm very thankful because I've started listening, to Him a lot more,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be now. And so with the journey, it was all of these things that kind of happened have brought me here, but it made me reach out to the country people, just seeing who was doing what, who's active, who can I help, is kind of what my mindset was. And so I reached out and to the Shotgun guys, and we kind of got started. And I started filling in there just slowly because
Okay.
they were doing stuff for uh, the Route 91 Festival Foundation and things like that. So
Yeah.
it really intrigued me. And then I played with them for a couple of years and got a good feel. But I was kind of a sub drummer really for that. It wasn't like I was full time or anything.
Oh, okay.
And so I just happened to be at a beautiful bar down by my house one day and one night, and I was having dinner, and I see this girl come in, and she's got this hat on, and she's got her little sign with her and all this stuff, and I'm sitting there eating, and I'm going, all right, let's see what this is about. And Ashley has a way of connecting with people. If you ever met her, which I know you have, you obviously know what I'm talking about. But she gave me a little wink, little one of those little winks like that, and I was. She's winking, and I have my wife right there. I'm like, is she just winking at me right now? She wink. But I'm like, now that she winked at me, I got to sit here and watch this. Like she's got to, let me see what she's doing here. And I said,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
after the first, second song, if I'm not, I live right down the street. I'll just bounce and go home. No big deal. I stayed the whole night. Matter of fact, I'm still here. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. Her spirit, her sound. I was like, God, thank you. Like, because I was
Mm.
in my mind, I wanted to start kind of like my own group. I was looking to kind of start like, and I thought, man, if I can get a female singer and maybe, and I could do this, like, and I could kind of be a part of the foundation of it, instead of just kind of being a sub drummer or kind of filling in.
Yeah.
I want to find a home, somewhere where I
Yeah.
feel,
Home. Yeah.
yeah. And so I went up and approached her like in her first break, and I introduced myself to her and told her who I was, and I thought she had been playing for a long time, and and she probably had a bunch of players, and sure enough, she's like, no, I've never even played with a real big band before,
Oh,
Well, okay. So I said, well, if you don't mind, I don't mind playing the Cajon box, for you. I'll even do it for free,
yeah.
just to help you, like, no, don't worry. So, well, she's such a nice, I want to make sure I give you some money. Like, don't worry about it. So it
Yeah.
kind of started from there. So the second time that she came to this bar, I was there and I brought my box and we played, and it was weird at first, right? Because she's so used to playing a duo act at the time that she was used to the tempos that they wanted to create. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
with the duo
Yeah.
stuff, and it's a different feel. With me, as you know, as a drummer, you got to kind of play with what I'm doing, and vice versa. So, but we went through it, and then I told her about what my idea of like, well, why don't I try to get a band together so you're not having to go out and hire guys from LA or and put piecing bands together
Yeah.
that only are worried about getting paid really, and they'll do their job and they will play,
Yeah.
it'll be great,
Yeah.
but I'm more of like, do you want that or do you want like a family kind of situation around you where so I go, let me work on that. So went back, talked to the brothers that we have now, kind of told them what I was doing, where I'm, where my heart's going.
Yeah.
Uh, and as you know, if God's going to make it work, he's going to make it work. If it's not supposed to be, it just won't be.
Right. Exactly.
I didn't force it. I didn't do anything. I just let God do his thing. And if it was supposed to be with these people, then it was going to be. But I did know that these were really good people. We were all needing to be together and synergize. And if we can do that, there's nothing that would stop us.
Wow.
And I think, and then so God answered my prayer, like he's been doing
Yeah.
a lot of lately, and I'm just so thankful for that because now here we are, and
Wow,
it's
man.
starting to come to like it takes a while for it to really, get broken in, but
Yeah.
working out all the kinks, and there's so many, we're playing 40 to 60 songs a night, 4 hour
40 to
set.
60 songs a night?
Yeah, like we just played
Dang.
Havasu, Flying X 2 nights in a row, and it was her debut there with the band,
Yeah.
and we played I think the first set alone we played like 40 songs, and
Wow.
we played an hour and a half. Usually bands just play like hour, 45 minutes, and they take their breaks.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
play longer because we want to keep the crowd out there. Ashley's got such a strong voice to be able to do that because
That's good.
she's playing so many dates just with the duo stuff. So it really keeps her voice up to par where she can really, but I got to tell you, by the third, fourth set, she is feeling it. But she's putting a lot in, and
Wow, man.
we did it, man. We had a great show. Went better than expected. You get that good positive feedback from the actual promoter and the staff. That's who we really are, because they see so many bands come through there,
Oh,
and
yeah, dude.
and
Yeah.
they're great bands that come through there. But Ashley stands out because she's female, she got great voice, and she's just amazing how many songs that she can do, which is
Yeah. It's
pretty
a lot.
incredible.
Yeah,
And
it's a
she can,
lot of songs. Yeah.
yeah, and she can sing like she does a lot of requests, so she can sing like guy songs, like men song, where like men have a hard time singing female songs. She actually can pull it off and sing
Wow.
male songs. So she has no fear. And
That's
so
crazy.
that just brings
That's
people even,
cool.
yeah, it brings them closer. People make crazy requests to see if they can kind of, stump her, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you ain't stumping her.
No,
So we
good for
just
her.
kind of,
I'm glad
yeah.
that she
So
has that. Yeah.
yeah. It's really kind of a neat thing to watch her gift there.
Yeah.
So with all of us now together, this year, especially this year, we're
Yeah.
looking forward to we're already booked pretty heavily, but we're just really excited. All these great opportunities are coming. And that's when you start to know that, hey, this is something that's bigger than even what we're thinking about. And, being who Ashley is, and, we kind of have a similar background on some things. Like she's a special ed teacher on the side. I have a special needs brother that I take
Oh,
care
you
of.
do? Okay.
Yeah, and he's very dear and close to me. And so we have that together. I've
Yeah.
obviously she's part of ABC Hopes and helps with that charity as well, and so do I.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
I do the drum circles for the special needs folks, and so we do once a month. We hit on the buckets, and we play some
Okay.
music for them, and just get them to really move around. And
Yeah, just move around here and there.
yeah, so she's really brought that to me as well. So it's really coming down to the fact that we're here to help, and really
Yeah, yeah.
influence others to do good and positive things under all these adversities that we've been under in life that most of us go through.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
and that's really what my story I want it to really be is just at the end of it is just, don't give up, and be
Yeah.
very, very consistent. Especially being a musician and at my age, a lot of like my friends and stuff that I grew up with, they kind of think of it as like, well, he never grew up, he's kind of still in the do like we've grown up and we're dads now and we're professionals and all this. And but what I've realized in my age is that there's a difference between people that this is the way you're looking at it. So if you looked at it as being a rock star and trying to be cooler than you think you are, then yes, you may want to put that down and go, I'm going to go work this and do that. But I never did that. I'm just me. I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
It's in my DNA. My kids. I have four daughters.
Four
Sorry,
daughters.
three daughters
Wow.
and one son. I didn't mean to say that.
Oh,
Three.
okay.
I have six granddaughters. So I have
Oh, okay. Wow. Still a lot. Yeah.
but they're all inspiring me, and they're all watching. And my oldest daughter's in her 30s, and she just can't believe, that and we're very close. And with all my daughters, I'm close, and my son too. And I'm just so blessed because they get to see that even throughout their life, I never stopped.
Yeah.
And then here I am now, and I'm still doing it, and I'm still playing. But now, because I'm with the right people, it's actually going somewhere. It seems like it's finally like an anointed thing that's happening here.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So being able to inspire others, inspire young people, older people, handicap, um, whatever it is, I think that's kind of where I'm coming from. To get up on stage and play, 4 hours at 51 years old. To
Four
be,
hours. That's
yeah,
amazing,
so,
dude.
yeah.
Good for
My
you, dude.
forearms are sore right now. I'll tell
Oh my
you.
God.
I'm sore. Um, and I don't play like most of the drummers in the circuit. I hit pretty
Yeah.
hard, and I might be a little bit too much sometimes. But
Okay.
I was taught to hit the drums. Don't know when to hit, know when not to. But when I hit pretty hard, and so I gotta mellow out a little bit. I'm a little sore from that, but yeah. So I'm just looking forward to so much more in the future, and I'm healthy. I feel strong. I feel like I'm in the right spot finally,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's so exciting. I just can't wait to play again, and I got all the support now. And it's so funny because now that my kids are grown, I'm an empty nester. I have a 19-year-old that's going to college, and
Oh, cool.
so I'm an empty nester, and I am like I'm only I'm still fairly young, so I'm like, all right, well I'm gonna give it one big push, and then
Yeah.
see where it goes.
You
I don't
never
have
know where. Yeah.
yeah I don't have a whole bunch of time here to mess around, so I want to just kind of get to it, and I want to be a producer's drummer. I don't want to be a drummer's drummer. Um,
Okay.
I'm somebody that wants to, I listen to the song. I want to help produce that song and make it
Yeah.
really good in pocket. I am a pocket drummer. I am not your flashy Instagram drummers that you see out there nowadays that are amazing. But I've studied pocket my whole career, just really keeping it really thick and let the band do its thing. If the band's good, you don't have to do a lot. Let the band do, let them.
Yeah.
So now I'm really, as I've gotten older, I'm much more of a producer's drummer, and and that's what I think is keep like Ashley and the band members I'm playing with, they really enjoy that,
Yeah.
because they play with other drummers and stuff, and not by far I'm not the best out there, no way, no how, but I have a sense of just knowing where the song what it needs, and and I really try to work hard on that part of my
Yeah.
and keeping that time. And even so much so now that I don't have to play to a click all the time. I mean, I'll play to a click when I need to, or I'll start the song with the click, but
Yeah.
I'll end up turning it off. But because I have that strong sense of time, I can
Yeah.
lock it in. And I used to not be able to do that. It takes a long time to
Really?
yeah, because I would lose it. You get locked in, and all of a sudden you get distracted, looking at something,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
all of a
Right.
sudden or you're going to a fill, and you come back, and you're just so now I've slowed down on my fills and not rushing through them,
Okay.
and just making them more purpose. Again, not trying to show off too much,
Yeah.
knowing when to do that and when not to. Letting Ashley do the magic, uh,
Okay.
really there for her. So playing with her is a lot different than being like in a band. Uh,
Okay.
in a band, you have a different mindset. With playing with an artist like her, it's her. You're
Okay.
really there to display her and make her shine and reach people. We should be noticed secondary. You're like, wow, that band's really good too. But it shouldn't be, God, the band's great. Overshining her a little bit, or vice versa. So we want it to be that perfect balance of just, it all looks good, it makes sense. No one's overplaying. We don't have a guitar player that's noodling all the time and a drummer that's throwing sticks. And well, even though I do throw sticks once in a while, dude.
Oh, do you?
Try
Okay.
to catch them once in a while, even though it backfires sometimes, but you try. But yeah, but overall, just trying to stay really uh, tasteful, so that we're not taken away from, and also being on, because if you're off when you're playing with somebody like Ashley, the band's off just a tad.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna
It,
notice.
it comes, yeah, as
Yeah.
opposed to like in a loud rock band. I mean, okay, guitar could be hitting all kinds of sour notes you wouldn't even really know as long as it's rhythmically there.
True. Yeah.
But with country music and the melodies and the rhythms, and then you got the line dancers. You got that too, and
Yeah.
that's a different thing that most music doesn't have. You know,
That's true.
the line dancers are going to have they certain tempo. They want it to be a certain way. If you're playing too fast, start too
Yeah.
slow, it ruins their line dance. It ruins the way they feel.
Oh, yeah.
And if you got them sitting down, and then you get off stage, and then all of a sudden the DJ comes on, and everybody comes to the dance floor. That's not a good look,
Yeah, that's
So
not, yeah.
so we're always really cognizant of that and making sure that with me, my timing is right on with that. So their
Yeah.
line dances can be done, the people can enjoy their time, and so there's a lot that goes along with that.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, it's not as easy. It's like golf. Everybody thinks they can do
Right.
it until you get out there and swing that club, and you go, oh wow, it's
You're like, wow, it's not what I thought it was gonna be like.
a little bit harder. Because I mean, I've been playing
Yeah.
country music my whole career. I was like, oh, that's so easy. I was used to playing something, but you know what? I was totally wrong. Totally wrong. And I really appreciate it now. I appreciate the drummers that are doing it. From Rich Redmond, from Jason Aldean to uh, even Sean Fuller from Florida Georgia Line. I'm actually pretty good pen pals with him, and
Oh, yeah. Nice.
yeah, he's a great guy, and done a lot of explanation to me about the business and what it's like on that side of it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Right.
where I'm at now, and guys like him are the ones that kind of made me feel like, what, man, you're right where you're supposed to be, man. Quit thinking, you need to be at the big theaters playing and all that. You're just enjoy the ride, enjoy the
Yeah, just
journey that
enjoy
you're,
it.
yeah, and not
Yeah.
worry. And, it's some of these guys have, gone and done it really big. And that's pretty much when the train comes in the station, they don't really have much left to go home to. It's just, a bunch of memories
Yeah.
and like that where I've created a whole life, and so now I'm able to kind of do both, and I've afforded myself and in my other career, if you will, to be able to do what I do now,
That's
and
awesome.
so I can fund myself. I don't have
Yeah.
to worry, and I don't have to do it for out of desperation for money. I think being a musician, a player in this world, if you're just doing it for money and you're just doing it to make
Yeah.
a living, it puts you in a certain realm that you kind of get stuck in. And
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that I didn't do that. I'm not a hired gun. I will pick and choose where I go.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
I play with guys like Chris Lozano. I'm sure you've heard
Okay.
of Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris.
Good friend of mine, man. Just a great
Really?
guy. Wonderful,
Nice.
wonderful man. And he's been really kind to me. And so he's somebody I will play with.
Yeah.
But he's about it, you know. There's people like Kylie Trout and that I know very well and stuff like that that I would play with, you know. But again, my heart is with Ashley and making sure that
Yeah.
she has been afforded everything that she needs to just go forward without. If I can get her there a little faster without her having to do all the stuff I told you about, then that's what I'm trying to do, just for her.
Those are trying to, yeah, just for her.
Yeah,
So,
and make it so that it's a little easier for her, so she can focus on her craft and doing what she does well instead of starting getting bogged down with bad players or people making
yeah,
that they can't make and keep and so it's just a beautiful relationship right now that we have, and it feels real family oriented, and
that's good.
just so excited for the future going into with that, you know, as
Right,
opposed to
right.
I don't know, I don't like this girl, you know, none of that.
Yeah.
It's just so
No,
when we all get together, it's just a almost an explosion of fun, you know. It's
that's
just we're
cool.
so excited to be together and so excited to entertain people um just get this out there, you know, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
want people to know about us. That's why I'm really thankful. I think God, you know, brought you here to me because of this reason. It's like all part of my journey. I
Yeah, your
feel
journey.
like,
Yeah, man.
and it's been very humbling, you know, because you know when you asked me to do this, I was it was really nice, you know, because it's not very often that drummers, as we've talked, get kind of noticed. And so for you to even reach out to me and do that, it was just it just kind of solidifies and validates my where I'm at.
Yeah, Bill.
I
Yeah, no
appreciate that.
problem.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean it's always good to hear a journey of a drummer, you know, like I said, I'm a musician as well, a drummer, so to hear your story, it's like, yeah, I could definitely relate on some parts and just, you know, everyone has a story, so
Yeah, everybody's got a story to tell,
yeah,
and it's good because I like to hear them when I'm out playing.
yeah,
You get people to come, you know, on your breaks, and they'll tell you stuff, and we love to hear it. You know, that's kind of what
right.
we're there for, is to let people and make them, you know, feel good and make them feel a part of our journey, so they want to, you know, keep following us and you know, but it's all about being leading them with the right good stuff, you know,
Right. Yeah.
not giving them fake stuff to, you know, hold on to, real stuff to hold on to.
Yeah, real stuff. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing that you'll always fall back on and remember is the real stuff. The
Yeah, and
moments, how you made them feel, you know?
yeah, how they made them feel, even to, you know, the inspiration of people. Like I've had people in wheelchairs come to my show that were, I had brothers one time. There were two brothers. They were both in wheelchairs, and we called them the Wheelchair Mafia. Fantastic guys.
What a
And
title.
yeah, they were great. And they would come to the shows, and they would always wheel right to the edge of the stage when I was playing the reggae stuff. And they would sit there and just watch me and watch my feet, you know, watch my hands. And they can't, you know, they got the little electronic, you know, wheelchairs. And they just, you know, they would talk to me, and they, you know, they had a way of talking. They're like real kind of like but they would say, like, you could tell they were feeling what I was doing, and
Yeah.
they were inspired by that. And I remember one time I was I think this is a few years ago, I was with my daughter and like Best Buy or something, and one of them was there, and my daughter,
Oh, okay.
you know, my daughters don't know my nightlife stuff too
Yeah.
much. They know I'm a drummer, but they don't know. So I'm in there, and this, you know, he comes wheeling up behind me, bumps into me, and my daughter's like, you know, looking at him, and she don't know who he is, and he starts telling my daughter, like, in his way, about me, and I had to tell her, you know, and she was just like, "Wow, Dad! Like, I did, you know, that's so cool, you know."
I didn't know about you like this, Dad.
Yeah, well, and it was cool because, you know, I'm like, well, that's what it's about. I said,
Oh,
because that's
nice.
where, you know, if I can make him feel good and happy under his adversity. And it's the same way with my brother. My brother's basically bedridden. He's about 46 years old. He can't really do much.
Oh, wow.
So I have full-time caretakers for him. And what I've done in my life, because people think I'm a little bit nutty how much I do, I live two lives. You know, I live my life and I live for him. So
Yeah.
the stuff that he can't do or he wouldn't be able to do, I do it. And
Wow.
but I do it in a way where it's positive, so that I'm not burning myself out.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to be lazy. I don't want to be sitting back going, I don't want to play anymore. I'm tired. I'm tired. Because to me, he can't do that, you know. And so
Yeah.
if I can push myself a little bit more for him and live that life for him and inspire others, maybe by even telling his story, that's a wonderful thing too. So just like I
No,
said,
yeah. I was going to say thanks for being a blessing, of course, to your brother to do that. I
Yeah,
mean, instead of just always, just I know you're busy as well with your family and other things, but you have a heart to be like, no, I'm still going to be there, just to be there, just to make sure he's okay, support him, encourage him.
yeah,
He's your brother, man. I mean, I'm very close to my brother, so can't imagine him, just how you must feel as well,
yeah. Well,
seeing
he's,
your brother.
to me, he's the most Christ-like human being on the planet.
Really? Wow.
Because uh, since I've known, I mean, my whole life, he's been handicapped his whole life. Well, he doesn't know how to like sin. You know what I mean? Like he's never hurt no one. He doesn't do anything, wrong. He's just a good. He's just, so he's basically he brings a lot of joy to people. Anybody that meets him can feel the innocence in him. He's never been with a woman. He doesn't know anything like that. He's severely autistic. So when I get to come home after being on the road or anything like that, and I get to come home to him, and
Yeah.
he's just consistently there. He's genuine. And sometimes he's a breath of fresh air after all the things that you deal with and the people you deal with. So to me, it's not. It's almost like I'm blessed that I have that
Oh
because
yeah.
he does center me back to like, you know what, man, this is somebody that's really close to God, and I need to be aware of that, and make sure I don't uh, take abuse that, and it's easy, like you said, I could put them in a home, I could do things to where it's not so much of a burden for me, but I don't see it as a burden. I see it as
Yeah.
it's my therapy. It's when I get to come home, like when I'm done with this trip, I'll be coming home and I can't wait to see them, and just kind
Yeah.
of sit with them, be calm. I'll even lay in the bed with them and it just helps me to relax, so I'm so thankful for that, man. So
That's awesome, man.
yeah, man, I'm just blessed. I can't believe how blessed I am, man. So
Yeah.
it's a wonderful life, man. It really is. Not without adversity, not
All
without getting
right. Yeah.
kicked in the butt once in a while. But if you can make it through it, man, and you can, and take that energy and influence others, man, that's a gift. And not internalize it and beat yourself up. And
Yeah.
that could have went many different ways in my life. And because I had music and I had that drive to keep going and inspire myself, but then also realize that I could inspire others. I'm very fortunate because I know a lot of people don't have that, and they
Yeah.
they do internalize and they do take it out on themselves, and they don't know where to release that energy. And I thank God that He gave me that playing drums, man, because there's nothing better than getting out energy than beating on your
Gosh.
drum set at the end of the
Oh
day. That's
yeah,
been
dude.
rough.
I know that feeling. Oh,
Yeah, it's
it's one of the
great.
best feelings. Yeah,
It's
it
like
feels
there's nothing
great.
matters when I'm behind the kid. It's just time stands still,
Yeah,
and I'm just dealing with drumming, and
that's right, man.
it's a beautiful therapy session when you're behind the
Yeah,
kid, right? I mean,
it
it's just
really is.
what a blessing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
I
think
love it
that.
too.
What kind of kit do you play?
Well, I don't have one at the moment, but what I had before was a Mapex.
That's what I started with.
No, is
Love
that what you
Maple.
start with? Yeah, I don't have a
Love
set
Maple.
right now, but yeah, I had a Mapex, and it definitely was a blessing to have. I had it for a while.
Did you have the Saturn
So
series or what? Did you have the
yeah, the
Saturn?
Saturn series. Yeah,
Yeah, man. It's a
yeah.
good series. I had the Saturn series too. I ended up selling it. I got my DW kit that I have now, which is the dream kit, right? You try to,
Oh yeah, yeah.
never afford it my whole life. Finally, I got it.
That's cool.
Great drum set, but yeah, no, it's nice. But yeah, no, Mapex is what I started with. I'm a Zildjian guy. I got
Okay.
some Woody sticks. Those Woodies, you see them on the internet now.
Yeah.
Everybody's questioning the Woodies. They're actually pretty good sticks. I got to
Oh, I
admit.
bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it lasts pretty good. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, hopefully maybe get some endorsements this year. I didn't go to NAM. A little busy, obviously. My time's coming, I think, and I think it'll come
Okay.
next time. And maybe I'll be there to perform. With Ashley
You
as
never
well.
know. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
That'd
So
be
I'm
cool.
manifesting it right now. I'm putting it up in
There
the
you go. Yeah.
air. So
No, yeah, no, Bill, I just want to say thank you for, sharing your story, and it's been definitely a blessing to hear it too.
thank
And I want others to follow you on your page so they can, reach out to you if they also need to just follow up on your shows.
you. Yep.
But how can they find you on social media?
Bill Holmes drummer 74 is basically you put that anywhere you'll find me. I
Okay.
got my YouTube on there too. So yeah, obviously if you're with Ashley, you'll see me on there, Ashley Felton. Um, but yeah, just if anybody wants to follow me, if you have any, especially the Route 91 people, if you're hearing this, um, let's get together and let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's fellowship. and
Yeah, and I would
stuff.
love
And
to do interviews at uh, the shows too.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you have any ideas, if you want in the future, let's do it. And
That'd be cool.
I think so. Give me some ideas there, and just yeah. Other than that, yeah, come on our page, look at our shows, come out if you can. Watch Ashley; she's amazing. I guarantee you'll really enjoy it.
Yeah,
And yeah, stay on it with us, man. We're on this journey, and it doesn't seem like we're going down anytime soon. So I'm excited about that.
that's awesome, Bill. Well, thank you so much, Bill, for coming on Rhythm and Rolls Las Vegas and sharing your story.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Man, no, yeah, well, thank you. And for those that want to share their story on Rhythm and Rolls Las Vegas, you can reach out to me on Joshua Jacob Official. That's my Instagram. Send me a message, and I'd love to hear your stories. So, but yeah, thank you again, Bill. It's been such a pleasure.
Thanks, John.
It's always good to relate to another drummer. So,
Hey, man,
uh,
I'm glad you played drums too, because yeah, we have that in common, man. I was glad to
yeah,
look you up.
man,
I
and
looked you up and I saw you drum, and I was like, all right, cool. So we talked drums a little bit. So
yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
man. I appreciate you,
And
John.
of course, I'm happy that you are a believer as well with your faith.
Yes, sir.
As same as me, I'm a Christian as well. So definitely God's
Mm.
blessed me
God's
with
good.
this.
God's
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
God is good, dude.
all
Yeah,
the time. All
all
the
the
time.
time.
Yep,
Amen to
my
that.
friend. Amen to you, man. Blessings to you, Joshua.
Oh, well, thank
Yeah.
you, brother.
Thank you, man.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Well, this is Joshua Jacob with Rhythm and Roads, Las Vegas. Thank you for watching.